And now it's welcome to 1994.
Eagles are the best!
I'm a really, really keen Eagles supporter. Go Eagles for 94.
I'm a very keen Eagles supporter and this is my first live footy match.
I used to follow Essendon until West Coast came into the AFL. Now I'm following the team that are going to win the 1994 premiership.
I felt as though we were still the best team in the competition going into 1994. We had some strong challenges, obviously. Geelong were always going to be about the mark. The Blues were a really talented list, but believed that we were good enough to win another flag.
His statistics, the clock is ticking down towards the final siren, and the final siren for the Eagles for 1993, the reigning premier, about to bow out of the first semi-final. There is the siren. The Eagles, the reigning title holder, unable to defend their crown in the grand final, going out to Essendon in the first semi.
93 on reflection was not difficult to understand, but 94 I thought we'd put a pretty good team together. The first thing that you do as a coach is weigh up the opposition, and I thought that we could be in the sort of the first 4 or 5, and from there if you can get in that area, particularly on your own terms, in other words you're not chasing it at the end of the year, that we'd have a chance.
It was a painful off-season, knowing that we left one on the table. So it was redemption. The word redemption was immediately in everyone's front of mind. We just had to, just get back on the right track.
Coming off 91 and 92, I felt a little bit more uneasy about what was going to happen because we'd lost one, and it was like there was a strong determination to win in 92. I think by the time we got to 94, my personal feeling was we knew we were a good team. We knew that if we turned up and delivered what we were capable of delivering, that we were a strong chance to win. Mick was leading the charge, but there was a strong driver within the group and a competitiveness within the group that wanted to win. And so, as I said, I had trust in that. And I had trust looking around the circle that every bloke who was in there was going to do their damnedest, and had earned that over a period of time to know that this is my job, this is my role, this is what I do, this is what I bring, and if we all do that, we'll get an outcome.
We trained unbelievably hard. We worked extremely hard in the gym. We had an attitude of if we're in the gym, we're there to work, and we would push each other. We were fit and we were strong and hungry.
Hi, I'm Chris Mainwaring, and as a member of the Eagles premiership team in 1992, I can tell you that loss to Wessington in the 1993 final series was pretty hard to take. The season proper started with a game against Essendon at the MCG. We were keen to turn around that first semi-final loss from 1993.
Putting Somerville under a lot of pressure.
Evans, the hand pass out. Bond's first kick is a goal. It's Lewis, good pass, he plays on, gets the hand pass in. Welcome back, Craig Turley, he kicks a goal.
The second pass, and the third, no he doesn't, he kicks inside the 50. Surmich, it fell short of him. He'll take something special from here, and I tell you what.
That just boiled this time. Heady, an unusual touch for him. Matera from outside the boundary line has floated it through. Wilson to tidy up at the back. Banfield, number 6, first-year player last year with the West Coast Eagles, having been number 1 pick in the November draft in 92.
I've been just drafted by the premiership team from 92.
Hewitt into the path of Calthorpe. Look out! Banfield hit him, down they went.
So I guess, playing 7 games in my first year, I was just pretty happy to get a game, honestly. I really had to work hard to force my way into that scene.
Drew Banfield coming in, not a debut year per se, but just gave them some real flexibility through the wing or down the back pocket.
I was a role player. If Mick needed something done and there was a bloke getting off the leash or something like that, I generally got the role of shutting them down and running with them and really limiting their influence on the game.
Centre wing, 2-1 the Eagles, Michael Banfield. Centering kick.
Stop this one, plays on, Banfield. Back on his left side, goes long down towards full forward, making goal square with a bounce through up the pass. It's a goal. We're down to 3 seconds. Wait for the siren. It's all over. Essendon, a remarkable victory.
We were 33 points up at half-time, I think it was, something like that, and we lost by 3. And Essendon were well coached, big club. So we kind of absorbed that, and we knew, okay, they've got the last couple on us, we need to get a couple back. So, I mean, we were up for it. We knew that, to lose to them at the MCG by 3 points in an absolute nail-biter, you're not far away.
Welcome to Subiaco here in Perth for what should be an absolute bottler on a warm and sunny day. It is the West Coast Eagles playing host to the Adelaide Crows.
It's one high up towards the 50-metre line, towards the Brett Heady. Smith, if it sits, he's in business. Can he pull it back far enough? He's pulled it back.
Never tries to fist away, taken by Leeward. Stood down, look out.
Now towards Modra and McIntosh. Modra in front, McIntosh behind. Hart has it on the defensive side of centre. Look out! Goes with a high kick up towards Modra and McIntosh.
Yeah, that was a solid hit. I knew potentially Ash McIntosh and Modra were coming out in a lead, so my aim at that stage was to get my timing right to make sure I got a fist on that footy and to some degree protected myself. Ash McIntosh grabbed me like a minute later, maybe not even that, and said, "What are you doing? Like, you could have got me."
Well, they need a couple of quick goals. 18 points the margin. Fairly quiet day for Brett Heady. This is kick number 5. This one is a very important kick. It's coming back. It is coming back. It's over the Eagles.
On destruction from behind, taken by Bond to Heady. Can he pick another one? Heady measures the kick, 40 metres out. It's good.
A goal winner for the fast approaching Wiedemann. Up towards half-forward. Certainly got no mark. McIntosh tries to get the hand pass away. Lewis into one goal. This is the time. Snap smothered. Liptak working hard. He loses possession. Heady again. Oh! Come on, Brett Heady. The Eagles hit the front. Their attacking zone. They'll need someone to take a big mark or someone at the back. Heady again. He's done it again. That is the seal of the West Coast Eagles.
Well, I think what we had was this learned experience. We'd all played a lot of footy together by then. You know, we'd gone through 90, 91, 92, 93 into 94. A lot of guys had played, you know, nearly 100 plus games together. So there was a familiarity with whether it was the back line and the cohesiveness of Jakovic, McKenna, Worsfold, Brennan, or whether it was the midfield with, you know, myself and Kempy, Maney on the wing, Roo. You know, you sort of had this feeling that you sort of knew what the other people were going to do around you, and you knew the sort of effort they were going to bring. So I guess that gave us great confidence.
Bond gets it to Kemp. Now Kemp chips to goal and he's kicked the first. Ridden into the ground. The umpire calls it play on. They're still going. Bond has a snap. And I think it might be the Eagles there. And the West Coast Eagles have emerged major winners.
We're desperate to win games of footy this year, and I think it's showing on the field.
It's very early in the game. He goes for goal. A lovely long kick to the square. A mark could be McIntosh. Probably didn't realise he had more time than he thought. Smith over his body. And back to McKenna. McKenna charges goals and kicks it. Deep into attack once again. Oh, McIntosh wants the area of Brett Heady. McKenna's having a lovely first quarter. Kicks long up towards the forward line. And it's a goal. In fact, it was Spinks, I think, who's kicked it.
Yeah, Brett Spinks, that first 6 or 7 weeks in 94, there was no centre-half that could play on. And I was glad that he was playing on my side. He was just a brute, powerful. He could kick 60 off his left, and his right footer. That's how powerful he was, and his core and his ability. Had great goal sense, had great football ability.
Gets it away, Spinks goes at goal.
Yeah, it was sad that he could not continue that through the injuries that he had.
Yeah, Spinksy was probably a bit unlucky in some ways. He came in and played some great footy for us.
Right into the square he goes. Yes. And a mark. Put round on. Around he goes. Kicks for goal. And has kicked it.
By round 9, we had a pretty good feeling about the season. And even though Peter Sumich was still out of action with a hamstring injury, we were pretty confident facing Footscray at the Western Oval.
From the home of the Bulldogs, Footscray play host to the West Coast Eagles.
Socket off the ground by Matera from Mainwaring. Matera uses it nicely, then heads for home with a long drop punt. That's 65 metres towards McIntosh. It bounces over the top, and he's kicked a goal. Not marked, but taken away by Pike. Pike off that left foot, kicks it across towards centre-half forward. No mark taken. Heady, snapshot, good kick, goal. Just in the Bulldogs' attacking zone. Hunter goes over the top. Matera, eyes on the football at all times, and away he goes. Thought about Waterman for a moment, but elects to go on with the job. Over the top he goes to Bond. Back to Matera, who sneaks away from Nicholson. Oh, shows them the football. Matera still going. 60 metres out from goal. Floating kick into the forward line. Ball, a juggling mark.
wastes no time. Kicking it high, difficult one to mark, and Pike goes Curry. The West Coast have recorded a very solid win indeed.
And we've got Dunkley playing on Sydney. Eddie's handball, Hines taps it on. Here's Matera going for goal. That one he kicks to the Bond. Bond goes back to Godden. Godden at about 60 metres. Kick centering one. Dunkley all big flight. The back might have been a mistake. Here's Hart for a goal. Time to make the goal. Hines has got it. They're running everywhere now. West Coast. Hart's on it. Takes the mark. 8-13 to 7-9. Hart has got it, I think. Probably should have done a bit better there. Fortunately for Sydney, Matera fell on the first attempt. Then a beautiful kick to centre half forward to Hart. Should kick a goal. Kick the couple. Hart goes bang and puts it through. 3 goals to Hart.
I was going to walk away from footy and I just lost the drive. I got crook. I got not glandular fever. Some bad virus, I forget what it was, but I wasn't running that well. No, it wasn't a cold, Dave, but I actually saw Cookie and Mick said, mate, I'm going to give it away, and so I wasn't in a good spot. But Mick said, look, just go away just for a little while and just think about it and just refresh, which I did, and came back to pre-season a bit later than the other guys because I was the oldest at the club. And then things just started to pick up, and yeah, played every game in '94, and it was a fantastic year.
He's looking there for Scott West, kicked away by Hart, who's very, very quick. He's got it, David Hart. He's a long kick. He hooks it back. It's swinging back at goal, and he's kicked
Would have been late in the year. They'd named the All-Australian squad. And Nizzy said to me, would you name them for behalf of the players? So I said, yeah, of course I will. So we had a couple, Glenn Jakovich, and the players, a warm applause without going over the top. I think McKenna may have been another one. Yeah, a little warm applause, and you're a redhead, and then no wonder you got it, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, oh, by the way, and David Hart. Well, the roof of the stand lifted off. They were that rapt for Juve because it was his first and he missed the grand final 2 years earlier, and the boys loved him.
David Hart in the back pocket, one of the best kicks I've ever played with, not only for distance but accuracy and some really good pace once he understood where his position was and became more professional. And that's a compliment because he got something out of himself that maybe others may not have.
Clean upward centre wing and diving mark by Hart.
By Mainwaring. Was that Lucas? Oh, good management. Land, Hart. He'll nearly kick a goal. He's approaching 50. He's a pretty good kick, David Hart, and it covers the pack, and it's a goal.
Michael Brennan out front. The West Coast Eagles on the ground at Subi. Brennan, a fine player for these Eagles. Much underweight.
Pass out wide to Ashcroft. His kick to half forward. Brennan in front of Dion Scott. Michael Brennan playing game 150.
I'd always give Michael Brennan a big clap because he was just understated, but big team heart and played on some very good full forwards and often just got the job done.
Position Cluzak on good mark by Brennan. Sitting towards half court. Courage needed. Oh, boy. That's a good mark by Brennan.
Forward. Floats one inside the 50. Good mark.
And then he was able to teach Ash McIntosh, who had the zip, the pace, the strength and athleticism to keep up with those quicker new full forwards.
Last week in a low-scoring match, goes in short on, terrific grab by McIntosh.
So it was a great combo when they were able to play together.
There's the siren, and the Eagles have won. 11-12, the Eagles, the Bears 10-9. We'll be back shortly.
The next week was a pretty important week for us, and it was especially important to me. Following Dwayne Lamb and Michael Brennan, I was lining up for my 150th game for the club. And thanks to my colleagues at Channel 7, we almost had Geelong seeing double. Firstly, Chris, congratulations on reaching 150 games. Can you remember your first AFL game? Look, very clearly, it was Subi Oval against the Sydney Swans, and I had to make a choice between either going to my brother's wedding or playing. Sorry, Brett. What about any personal goals? Yeah, I'd like to win another premiership, hopefully this year. I'd like to get to 200 games, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. And making sure me and David Hart win the next Pull Cop. Chris Mainwaring, best of luck on your 150th. And you too. Damn, journos.
Chris Mainwaring playing his 150th great play for the West Coast.
Well, he's been certainly consistent, Dennis, and when you think about some of the injuries he's had, he's come back very strongly. He's always been in their top 4 or 5 best players.
Mainwaring hits it hard. Still only 40 metres out. Turns and goals.
Mainwaring gets straight on with the job, and look at that kick! Oh! There's the first for the day. The umpire throws it up. Turnbull goes up the post of Barnes and fell at their feet. Kick from Kemp down towards the 50. Well taken by Wilson. Full chance to through the pack. I think it's good. Down towards centre half for Gary Hockey. Kicks towards the pocket. Ackland comes on the wing. Can he get there in time? Scored the mark. The hand pass came across from Tudor back to Ackland. About 35 metres from goal. Good looking attempt. Goal. It will be Hocking across to Simpson. Dragged down by Mike. Carrots down there with Scott. Loose ball. An opportunity for Evans. Confronted there by Coleman. Taken by McIntosh. He snaps. It's another goal for the Eagles. Puts it inside the 50. Jakovic in from the side. Missed the ball. Kemp almost missed the ball. Picked up by Mike. Open goal. I think he's got it.
No one can go anywhere. Evans gets dragged out as he kicked. He has a go at goal. That's there. That's the game.
It's all over. As the West Coast Eagles stay on top of the table and win by 18 points.
A terrific win in difficult conditions.
Yeah, it was wet over here. We expected it to be wet, and John were always hard foot on Cavalier Park, and it was just great to get the points.
Went a little too high, handball, into the path of Wilson, gets past, Frost has nearly got him, but Wilson's kick, lovely snapshot, another goal West Coast. Here's Matera, stops, blocks, Burke puts the tackle on, Kemp playing in his 100th game tonight, neat looking kick to full forward, great kick and a good mark by Hines. West Coast again, it's Hart's handball, over the top, Jakovic could go long, a big long ball by Glenn Jakovic to the goal. What a sensational piece of play.
Let's go down to the West Coast rooms. John Rogers has got one of the great players, Glenn Jakovic.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, Glenn, it's just getting better and better for you.
Yeah, I'd have to say, John, that our form as a team has grouped really well in the past weeks. Football's my number one priority. I love playing footy. I love just getting out, communicating with the players, training. I love training with the guys, and it's just a great thing. But it's a profession as well, so you've got to treat it very seriously.
Well, he was a unique player, Glenn, in that he could do it in the air and he could also do it with ball in hand and running. So he wasn't just a defensive player, he was an attacking player for us as well.
That's one of the plays of the year. Fantastic goal by Jakovic.
So he had the ability to mark it, intercept mark, before intercept mark became a thing, but then he could also run with it and carry it. So he was a fantastic player, and as I say, balanced out the rest of the guys we had off half-back really nicely.
Yes!
A quick kick. Jakovic back with the hooks it in one-handed. Lovely mark. It was by Osman. Here's Glenn Jakovic. He just seems to saunter after the ball, Jakovic. Sign of a good player. 2 bounces. He chips it out wide. Great play, Jakovic.
Kick towards the full forward. It's smashed away. Kick after the Martin handball. Again, Jakovic, as he did a moment ago, dumps it away from Carey. Early days yet. Jakovic on top in that duel.
Pretty exciting matchups because the Tigers are just a bunch of young goers. We know only one way, and that's forward. And the Eagles are considered by many to be the yardstick for this year's flag. On right half forward, gets around Tate with ease. Kicks in towards Sumic. The left-footed Peter Sumic puts it straight through the middle. Back towards the middle, towards Freeman. Coming over the top of Turtle. No one able to take the mark. Bond gives it to Turley. Tight angle. Oh, what a goal! Willie Turley. Here drifting back and forth. Mainwaring rogue it beautifully. Gives it to Pike to Sumic.
Held a long time in the tackle. Killaway's hand pass intercepted by Kemp. Too easy. Kemp through the traffic. Sumic again. This will hurt the Tigers if it's a goal. And it is. Sumic has got 4. Intelligent hand pass. They've got 2 on 1. Oh, well played, Matera.
Adam Smith, but look at Matera running the
Matera with his pace and ability just to drive and third and fourth efforts.
Brennan kicks in. Matera and Daniels. Daniels, well, I thought he was going to do reasonably well there, but look at Peter Matera. One of the most balanced footballers playing the caper.
His ability to just keep his gas and go to the next step, make a tackle, spill the ball, chase down another one. It puts the opposition in two minds because they go, Matera's around. I could get caught here. So they quickly get rid of it.
45! It is very possible.
Decisively, Matera brilliantly, and again, his own advantage.
Kempy just kept his feet. He just used the ball so well. I mean, you'd love to play in front of him. That quintessential midfielder, clean touch, clean hands, you know where he's going, looks up once and then hits you or makes you run to the position where he's kicked the ball. Instinctive, it's instinctive. Just, you can't teach that.
Ryan's out there with Bond. Wilson was there as well, and the kick comes down towards Ball. Subic, he's going to get another goal as he runs in and gets his sixth.
I saw them do things in atrocious conditions like they were playing at Subi. I mean, their ball skills, their pace, their ability to run on top of the ground was what we all witness and why they're legends of this club. But I saw them do that at Moorabbin or Windy Hill or Victoria Park, where it was just an absolute bog heap. Their mindset was, I don't care about the elements, I'm still running today.
By Dent. Still a chance for the Eagles. Kemp's kick to Subic. Onto his right foot this time. Snaps and gets it.
Stumped around, it's a loose ball. Walking wind without it. Here's Lewis on the left foot.
That's clever. That's his third.
So the Eagles are about to play their first game at Waverley this season, and revenge is sweet. So we're here to beat the Hawks, and I'm sure that is the motivation for the West Coast Eagles here today. This is Gowes. Gowes gets it over the top to Hudson. Quick snap, goal. Oh, great kick by Ben Allen. Looks all right. Yes. Yes, he's kicked it. This is another one. A big win for the Hawks, and they've blitzed the competition leaders, the Eagles.
16 points of difference only. There was 40 points of difference at three-quarter time. North Melbourne with 8 minutes remaining with a chance to pull off a miraculous victory on this Friday night game at the cricket ground in Perth.
West Coast just a 10-13. Kick is by Barnett. Gee whiz, it's not a bad snapshot to goal.
Now they're a chance, Robert.
Taken by King. King's kick to the goal front. And a terrific mark. And it's all over for North Melbourne. The West Coast have won by 9 points in a terrific match in the finish.
Yeah, I guess we're not going to be too happy with it. Mickey won't be too happy either. So, it's just something we've got to work on. So,
Yeah, that was the problem. I think everyone backed off and gave North Melbourne the advantage. I mean, give them another 5 minutes, I think the result could have been quite different.
Yes, this is the one we've been waiting for more than half a season now. The top of the ladder clash between the West Coast Eagles and Carlton. McKay, back to Bradley. What a goal this would be! Banana kick by Bradley.
Somewhere, sometime, an Eagles player now has to stand up and really get their side back onto the track. Not just for this game, but for the final series.
Williams for his millionth possession. McKay, a hand pass. Taken by Mitchell. 35 metres out. Mitchell gets the goal. It's out on 3 votes. Full time here at Princes Park. A resounding win for the Blues. They have belted the league leaders, the West Coast Eagles. And the West Coast Eagles have lost their third game in 6 and won't be the odds-on favourites for the flag many thought they were. Let's take a look at the performance of the Eagles. Now, this was the year they won the premiership, and that was their graph during the year, and a totally different graph for this year. They've been on top spot since round 8.
And if they had done a better job here today, I don't think Mick Malthouse would have been all that perturbed about sitting on top for so long. But I think he now has some concerns involved there. They may have sat there too long now and perhaps softened just a touch.
And the Eagles have made their way onto Subiaco Oval. Footscray have been out there for 3 or 4 minutes now.
Footscray haven't won in Western Australia before, but their bench reckons they can do it today.
Now with Footscray, kicked by West to centre half forward. Djakovic, Grant got him, crashed into him. Well, not happy. Oh, Djakovic, terrific recovery.
Sumic and Ball. Racing up in front. Ball kicks a goal. Well, he's got Hart in support here. David Hart, a good honest play from the back pocket. He hooks out a long way, about 45 metres. Good mark, David Hines, and let's hope he has a long spell on the ground today because he's a good player.
Kick in by Reynolds towards the outer side. Big back, excellent mark by Hines.
He'll have to kick from 50 metres, but he's looking for the pass. In towards full forward, and waiting over the back is Hines for the goal.
Yeah, 94 was a frustrating year because I think I was emergency several occasions. And then I remember I went surfing with Matt Clappo down at Yanship before that Footscray game, and Moldhouse rang up and I was having a bath.
That's one of my better phone calls, is to ring up David Hines and say, Hinesy, you're in. I'm sitting in the bath. I said, you better get out of the bath, mate.
We'd been surfing, me and Matty, for about 3 hours down at Yanship. I was having a hot bath, doing all the wrong things you're doing to prepare for a game of footy, and Mick just said, good things come to those who wait.
Back into the Eagles side. Chips it towards Hines, who's having a boomer of a quarter.
Hinesy played himself into a grand final that game.
They haven't missed Turnbull at all at this stage, the way Hines is playing.
Well, he's very keen to cement a place in the side.
Don Clark playing his 100th today. The kick to half back. Superb by David Hines.
Best man on the ground at the moment. Waring's had plenty of touches. An ordinary hand pass towards Heady. Oh, shirt front.
There was a bit of argy-bargy going on, there was a bit of tension. We had history with him.
Back goes Thorpe. Satira, the free kick has been picked out of it.
But he's having a word to Steve Creddy. I don't think it's a dinner invitation.
But you could just sense something was happening and something was brewing, should I say.
And he doesn't look too good, Brett Heady. Oh, it's on. There's a bit of a blue on here at the moment. Players coming from everywhere.
I was in the middle of it, I got reported. Because I saw Danny Southern get hold of Summer, and then I've grabbed Danny.
There were so many people on the pack that I don't think that realised that someone was down there, couldn't breathe for a long period of time.
There's an Eagles player down and is out cold on the ground. It's Peter Sumic. He's down and out cold outside the boundary line.
Yeah, he was virtually blue. Like, he wasn't in a good spot. It was a sickening look.
We went down the race, but Summer didn't join us. He was in the hands of our late Doc Moore, and I think there was a few other trainers trying to resuscitate.
Yeah, I wasn't far away from hanging around the Bulldogs change rooms and trying to get some retribution.
They took out the stretcher, brought in Brett Heady on the stretcher, sort of almost tipped him off, went back out and got Summer.
And I remember Jacko going completely off his nana in the change rooms at half time.
How dare a team come over and do that to us on our turf?
This is where Mick was great, because we've got a final series, we're on the end of the finals. So Mick just bang. He says, if anyone goes out there and starts antagonising or going after the player other than the ball, he says you won't play in the final series this year.
It was the only time I reckon I've seen Mick try and calm us down. Mick was obviously very aware of what we were heading into and wanted to make sure that we came out in the third quarter with playing the ball, not necessarily going headhunting him.
Before we ran out, he says, Summer's all good. He's conscious, he's up, he's talking, he's having the drink, he'll be right. He's not going to play for the rest of the game, but he's going to be okay.
Punch down, it goes to Bond, into Pike. Eagles running amok. The kick by Pike is fantastic.
Pike to Matera. Matera with pace. Look at this. Over the long bomb, it's an open goal. Matera, brilliant goal.
Kick by West to centre half forward. Brennan's there with Grant. Brennan takes the mark, which is the final stanza of this game. And the Eagles have finished on top. They'll play Collingwood next week in the first final here in Perth.
I think we ended up winning by 78 points. It was a clinical performance in the second half. We really stayed focused.
But all that stuff again, I think, just started to galvanise us, and we knew how much we cared about each other and how focused we were going to be going into the finals.